She's met with tremendous respect because she knows her stuff, she presents it well, and she will work with anybody to get her bills passed. And she has a terrific, terrific record on that. So, Margie.
Oh, thank you so much. It's just such a pleasure to be with you tonight. And speaking of home, I really feel that this was sort of home base for my campaign. One of the very first meet and greets and parties I had was here at the Elias home during the primary. When I was trying to win the primary nomination. So it's a very special place for me, and the hospitality and the warmth that is extended by this family that you are feeling tonight, I felt throughout my campaign, my first campaign, and now once again. This is a place where there's a tremendous generosity of spirit in all generations. And I bring some greetings from some people who were at the reception beforehand, and they said to tell you they wish they could be here, but they wish to be acknowledged as tenured young Democrats, the Duvals, who helped with this. So we are all coming into tonight as tenured young Democrats. And want to thank you also for the incredible gesture and the incredible outreach that the William and Mary Young Democrats have done to bring interns to the General Assembly. When Antonio was one of the House interns the first year that I was in, he said this is something that should be extended to so many other people. And the second year that I was down there were 15 young Democrats who came, and I've spoken to them that we have the benefit of a young Dem from William and Mary, and we're hoping that she'll come back this year and work with us again. And when I look at all of you, the tenured young Democrats and those who are the active members of the organization, I have to tell you that in many ways I see myself, because I first visited Washington, D.C. as a teenager and called my parents on my 16th birthday and said, just so you know, I'm coming back here when I'm done with school. And they said, oh, sure, that's right, because generations of people had grown up and stayed in Chicago. And I said, no, I really am. I said, when I came here, I knew I had come home. And so I did come back, and I have stayed, and I worked as a Senate intern, and I've worked in a variety of different positions, but I came, I think, for the same reason that many of you came and have engaged in public life and in public service. And that is the acknowledgement and the belief that you can be part of something bigger than yourself. And that collectively, people working together for the betterment of society and for the betterment of an idea or a concept or a principle or a cause, working together can do so much more than each of you could do individually. And that, in fact, the cause that you're fighting for is bigger than what you can do collectively as well. But you work on it together, and you move policy, and you move public service, and you make the world a better place. That's why I got involved in public service in the first place, to change things, to make things a little better than what they had been before. And so, even though I worked for years as an appointee, without being an elected official, it came to a point where I thought, I've gone as far as I can go without really going down there and making a difference in being an elected official and joining the General Assembly, despite incredible odds. And of course, all the things that are so important to the people in this area, the transportation, the education, which is always a priority here. I mean, when you think about how many friends that you have because you met them at your child's school, or you met them as a classmate. And then the environment. This entire district is surrounded by the Potomac River, and we care not only about the economy of good environmental stewardship, but what the potential is for what it can do for Virginia as a national leader in energy policy and keeping our economy solvent and keeping jobs coming to this area, harnessing the green job technology, our technology in our business sector up here, with a beautiful and abundant natural resources in other parts of the state to make us a leader. Those are all the things that I ran on and all the things that I really care about. But what motivates me is the belief, and I think it's probably what motivates all of you, is the belief that good people working together for good causes can make such a difference in the world. It's what I told the Boy Scouts last week when I said, you know, you're not so different from all of the people who are in the General Assembly. You all have a belief that together you can do something that's bigger than yourself. So I want to thank you for what you have done. I'm in a very tough race right now. I have a formidable opponent who would really like to kind of go back to the way things were, to go back to the way that policies that we really turned the corner on. They'd like to prove that last year's election results and all the things that we fought so hard for were really a fluke. And we all know they're not. That when we worked so hard last year to bring Virginia around, we were making a statement about what collectively we can do to make this a better state and to keep us all moving in the right direction. Under the leadership of Mark Warner and Tim Kaine, who changed our state and helped us move forward with good business-friendly policies. You all can and are a tremendous part of that. And I want to applaud you, I want to thank you, and I want to plead for your help, because those of us who are facing election in less than a month know that the forces arrayed against us are arrayed because they want to go backwards. And with your help and your support and your energy, we promise to match it as much as we can. We are going to move forward. We are going to win the day on November 3rd. And Virginia is going to be a better place, thanks to all of you. So I appreciate all you've done, and I applaud you.